Hey guys, how's it going? Let me set up this room real quick and then we can get started. It's 6:19 right now, so we have about 11 minutes till market open. So let me just get this all set up real quick. Looks like we're good. All right, just getting that set up. Once I get that set up, I'm gonna send out the link to the Zoom here for the premium members. We'll do that first. Um, all right, sending over everyone in the room. Looks like we're good. Let me go ahead and let everyone in the room. So morning, everybody. Let me finish setting up this YouTube link real quick, and then we should be good to go. I think this looks solid for the most part. And then I'll analyze US 30 as well shortly. All right, so that's good. Right there. All right. So it looks like we're good for the most part. Everything's being sent out right now. Looks pretty solid. Let me send this to the other group over here. I don't think I sent it over to the. All right. So it looks like everyone's still making their way to the room. Let me go ahead and check out US 30 real quick. So US 30 looks pretty solid to me so far. It looks bullish here on the 10-minute. It looks bullish here on the 3-minute. Also looks bullish here on the 1-minute. So, I mean, obviously, we're going to be looking for a bullish bias here on the technical side. Obviously, the fundamental side hasn't updated yet. 6:22 right now. Market opens in about 8 minutes. So once the market opens, we can determine what the bias is here on the fundamental side. And if it's bullish on both ends, then obviously we'll take the buy. So we'll be looking for that here. What time is it right now? How much time is left? We got about 6 minutes and 41 seconds till market opens. So once that happens, should be good. All right, so let's make sure everyone's in this room real quick. Yeah, everything for the most part looks solid. Hey, morning, Roman. Morning, Miles. Morning, Timon. Morning, Roman said, absolutely loving the schedule Shawn has. Just came from the gym, eating breakfast, and now we can all secure the bag. Definitely, Roman. It's perfect for you. Yeah, Timon, I am. Morning, George. Morning, Matt. Morning, everybody. So, guys, I'm looking at US 30 right now. I'm not really bothering with the Forex pairs because market's going to close soon. But if you guys saw my post in the, let me pull up YouTube real quick. Hey, morning, Kenny. Morning, Colin. Morning, Peter. Morning, Lucas. Morning. Lucas is asking whether US 30 looks bearish or bullish. It looks bullish to me. Obviously, looking at the 10-minute here, prices above the pivots, trend meters green. It's indicating a bullish buy. Same on the 3-minute, prices above the pivots. Trend meter is green as well here. And then lastly, for the 1-minute, same situation here. It's it's bullish above the pivots, and then the trend meter is green. So for the technical side, everything looks pretty nice and bullish. For the fundamental side, market hasn't opened yet, so we don't have the confirmation. But just looking at the futures data over here from the night, it's still up 110%. So it looks pretty solid to me for a bullish bias overall. We just need to wait for the confirmation on the fundamental side to, take the trade here. So it looks like we should be good for for the most part. Just hoping my MT4 doesn't freeze again. So guys, good morning, Tommy. Morning, Nick. Yeah, guys. So looking at, if you guys saw my post in the group, so yesterday, if you guys were in the live session, I had my first loss in a long time. The reason for that loss was because of a technical error. I was in profit about 5,000. I couldn't close out of my trade on FTMO. Thankfully, FTMO finally responded to my email, and they agreed to, you guys can see the post right here. They agreed to remove that loss and to deposit the funds back into my account. So I didn't suffer that loss yesterday, thankfully. I did post my loss here because, I'm 100% transparent with you guys. Yeah, so I had one loss. It's a first loss in a really long time. I can't even remember the last time I had a loss. But sorry, because I was on MT4. MT4 is freezing up on me again, so I have to close out of that one. About $200 on there. But yeah, looking at this over here, I had it like my first loss in a long time. It was like about 8,000. It was supposed to be a loss around 5,000 because I was trying to close it out within like 1% risk. But unfortunately, MT4 froze on us. And usually FTMO doesn't budge. If you like try to argue with them and tell them like, my app was frozen or whatever, they usually don't budge and they just tell you, oh, well, do another challenge. For me here, I've been with FTMO for like over a year now. So I guess, they value me more than they do other traders. So they gave me the refund off that. So thankfully I got I was able to recoup that loss. So this didn't count anymore. So thankfully, I still have straight wins for, I think the month now, for a month from today. So if you guys have seen my profits, literally all wins here. I don't really lose very often. The only time I lose is if there's like a technical issue like this right here. There was a technical issue there. So unfortunately I did suffer a loss on that trade there, but everything else, I bounced back after that loss right there. I traded during Asia session. I locked in about 5,000 on this account, 5,000 on this account. And then this morning or before this morning, I locked in another trade for another 1,000 profit win there and another one right there. So yeah, thankfully they gave me back that trade because, I hate losing trades. If you guys are familiar with like how I trade, I almost never lose trades. And when I do lose a trade, it's like, and it's not my fault. It's like, it's annoying, right? So thankfully they gave me that trade back and I'm heavy in profit this week because we don't have any losses after, following that trade there. So anyways, looking on the technical side over here, it's still pretty bullish on the 1 minute. It's bullish here on the 3 minute and it's bullish here on the 10 minute. We just have to wait for market to open in about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Once we have that confirmation, we can decide which direction we decide to take this trade. But I did take a small buy. So the buy that I took earlier was around here, or no, it was somewhere around this area. I just took a buy. I was taking a speculative trade because I wasn't sure if they were going to refund the account. So I was kind of just playing around with it, but thankfully I pulled out before I made any mistakes. So we do have some medium news coming up at 7 o'clock. We have the US prelim UOM consumer sentiment. It's medium news, so it might affect the market, it might not, but we just want to keep that in mind so we don't trade around 7 o'clock. For me, guys, I think I'm only going to be taking the breakout entry. After the breakout entry, I'm probably going to be calling it a day, or I might take a couple more scalps. But for the most part, I'm mostly going to be looking for the breakout entry here because it is Friday. So keep in mind, if you guys are trading today, use proper risk or use lower risk. It's going to be a risky day for you guys to be trading. So All right, we got 20 seconds till market open. Let me see if there's any zones around this area. Just want to make sure. So if we can identify any of these little snipe entries here. If this rejects off the pivot and the zone right there, then yeah, this might be a snipe entry right there as well. All right. There we go, market open right there. It's still pretty bullish for the most part. Let me look at the fundamental side over here. Let's just refresh this. All right, so yeah, the bias is bullish right now. Oh yeah, it's pretty strong, like 100 pips right there. So what we're looking for right now is we want a bullish candle. I'm not going to enter the trade just yet. We need to wait here on the 1 minute to confirm that we have a bullish confirmation. In order to get that bullish confirmation, we need a strong bullish candle here. Once we get that strong bullish candle, we can take it for a for a little small breakout entry. So let's see, we got this right here. We got about, if this closes as a strong bullish candle, then we'll take a buy. If not, then we're going to hold off for a bit. No, not yet. All right, so we're not going to take that trade right there. We're going to be patient. We're going to wait for the next strong bullish candle. If it closes red, that's fine. We just got to be patient. I don't recommend entering just yet. Just be patient, wait for that confirmation before you, you hop into any trades that might be a little risky. So we're waiting for this to close out over here. Let me check this real quick. All right, so the bias here on the 10 minute is still bullish. The bias here on the 3 minute is still bullish. One here on the 1 minute. This isn't as bullish. So we need to wait for that confirmation before we take the, obviously enter the trade here. So looking at the index over here, the index is at 90 points above. You can see the fundamental side. It's mostly green, right? So with it being mostly green, the fundamental side is going to be bullish. The bias is going to be bullish, obviously. So the technical side here is likely to, follow. So crap, there's the entry right there if anyone wanted to take it. I'm probably going to wait a little bit before I take it. I'm just going to hop in. So I'll be following it right here. This is technically the entry right here, guys. Sorry, it happened way too fast. So if you guys want to take it, feel free. This is going to be TP1 right here. And then this is going to be TP, full TP right there. So if price reaches this area and pulls back, I'm probably going to pull out. This trade's moved way too fast. So I'm in the trade right now. I'm not really making all that much profit. I'm only in profit about 1,000 because I got in late. So I'm following it right now. Now I'm profit pretty nice. I'm watching it on my end. So if it pulls up and if it drops from this point, I'm going to pull out in, there we go. TP1's hit. So if it pulls back to TP1, I'm going to manually close out. I'm in profit about 4,000 right now. Oh, fuck, I accidentally closed it out again. My freaking chat window is in the way. So I might re-enter. I already pulled out of this trade. I made about 4,000 off that, 5,000, I think. I'm thinking about re-entering right now. Let's see. All right, so actually I accidentally closed out of the trade. My Zoom chat window was right next to the X button. I was trying to move the chat window out of the way and accidentally closed the trade. I don't know if you heard it. It made that little whoosh noise. But yeah, I'm already out of this trade. I'm probably gonna wait and then just enter the next one. So if you guys want to pull out, it's advised to pull out because it came up and it pulled back down to TP1 over here. If you want to be safe and conservative. Today's Friday, so just keep in mind that market is going to be moving kind of funky. So I mean, it's up to you if you want to hold on to it to full TP. That's your choice. But I mean, for me, I'm I've already made a lot of profit for this week, so I'm not too concerned with locking the last couple thousand for this the rest of this move here. But if it pulls back, I might re-enter. Who knows? Let me just close this window here so it doesn't get in the way again. All right, just watching it. Trying to see where it's going from here. Let's see. So I'll give you guys an update here in the group because a lot of you guys are always wondering, if trades are going. Let me just watch this real quick. All right, let me just take a screenshot of this and I'll just give you guys the update in the group for whoever. And I re-enter the trade, guys. Sorry, I'm saying I enter really quick. All right, full TP. There you go. So we're already out of that trade, guys. It already hit full TP, so you guys should have pulled out already. If you guys are in it, there's a warning for you guys. I'll give you guys an update real quick. Sorry, I was doing too many things at once. I couldn't tell you guys I re-entered the trade. I accidentally hit the mute button right here on my keyboard too, and I was trying to click out. But it hit TP. So if you guys took the trade, it hit full TP right there. I'll send you guys my profits right now as well. Let me just give you guys that real quick. Yeah, if I'm not distracted, it's a lot easier for me to just take these trades and not make any mistakes. But if you guys took the trade here at any point, there was literally no drawdown. So there's no reason for you guys not to hit any profit. And it shot right past the TP right there. So full TP off of that, I will send you guys my profits over here. And then you guys can see what I locked in from that trade over there, obviously. Something I have 2 more. Okay, so I'm just going to send you guys the profits from this morning, just so you guys can see what we took right now. So oh, what the fuck? Damn, I just noticed that I was playing around with my account last night because I thought that that FTMO wasn't going to respond to me. So I accidentally had a loss yesterday. Last night, I took a trade and I just let it run, but I had a TP stop loss. So here, I'm going to be transparent with you guys. I was kind of fucking around with my account yesterday. So I I accidentally took a trade and it looks like it lost last night. I didn't realize it until this morning, but let me, I'm just going to send you guys a screenshot. Because I was thinking, oh, they're probably gonna give me a brand new FTMO, right? So I was like, I'm just gonna take random trades on here. I'll let them run. So I did have a loss last night. I don't know. It's kind of stupid decision by me. I should have just waited for them to respond, but I'm really impatient. So let me just send you guys the screenshot, and I'm just gonna be 100% transparent with you guys so that you guys will see that sometimes I do have losses. It's just I only have losses when I'm like screwing around, right? So let me send you guys that, and I'll send you guys. I didn't even realize I had that trade last night because I kind of just took it and I went to bed. But here are my trades right here. So this is the trade I was telling you about from last night. You can see the timestamp from it. This is like it was like late last night. I kind of just took a trade for a sell, and I kind of just set the TP stop loss and let it run. So unfortunately, I had a loss off that. I kind of threw away some of my profit from yesterday. And then these are the trades from this morning. This is the one I closed when we started the session, where I said, I took a random buy because I thought I was going to lose the account. And then I closed out for some profit there. And then for the next account, the next position over here, this is the first one where I locked in the 4,220. And then the one right here where I closed out the rest of that move. So a total of about 5,000-6,000 this morning. On both accounts. If I didn't have that loss right there, I would have been up 10,000, but it's all right. I didn't realize that FTMO was actually going to refund my other loss from yesterday due to the technical issues. So great work amongst everyone here. If you guys have profits and you guys want to send them over, feel free. Fernando over here, he's up 2,000 for the day. Nice work, Fernando. I'll just send that over to the group. Angela over here, she made about 200 this morning. She said, what's conservative on the breakout? Not too bad for a Friday. Definitely, Angela. Profit's profit. And then here are my two trades over here. Let me just, nice profit off that K² US 30 entry. Yeah, I gotta stop playing around with my accounts because yesterday I was just convinced that FTMO wasn't gonna respect my my request for, you know, the technical issues, because they usually don't. They're pretty strict about it. But this morning I saw the email and they're like, oh, we're going to refund you. I'm like, okay, perfect. So unfortunately, I played around with this trade here, but it's okay because I made it all back. I already made profit before that trade, and then I also made profit this morning. It looks like these accounts are going to be refunded. Nice work, Miles. Miles locked in about 1,000 this morning. So great work off of that, Miles. He took the buys that I just called right here. He took those buys, hit his TPs. He locked in about 1,000 on his account. So Miles is doing great right there. William over here. William said he's been trading a 200 euro account. He traded NASDAQ 100, UK 100, and the Dow Jones this morning. These trades here that I called, and he locked in about 30 euros. So nice work, William. Jade as well. Jade took the buys that I just called right now. So she made some money off that. Total of 5,522 for the morning. Nice work, Jade. So you guys did pretty good here. Looks like you guys have pretty solid profits for the, you know, for the most part. So we'll see where it goes from here. Maybe I'll take some more scalps, maybe not. I mean, I don't know yet because today is Friday, so I don't really want to risk it. But if I see something good, then yeah, you know, why not? Let me just scroll up real quick. Morning, Mark. Morning, EW. Morning, Matt. Morning, George. Goldie said had a small lot preset. Forgot to change it for the opening. Yeah, no, profit's profit, Goldie. As long as you made profit today, that's good. Paul said that he made a small 500 profit today, reduced risk because it's Friday. Smart move. Definitely. Roman said risky for the biscuit. No, definitely. Let me see the YouTube real quick. So yeah, nice work. Yeah, Nick said US 30 ticket shit. I'm waiting for the 10-minute to give me something good. Yeah, I would recommend if you guys plan on entering. I mean, well, technically there's a snipe entry right here. Not sure if anyone spotted that, but there's a snipe entry right here for a buy. I don't think I would take that. I'll just scalp within it. I'm not really looking to take the bigger move right now. You know, let me check my account real quick. Kimberly said, did I miss the move again? Yeah, Kimberly, unfortunately you missed the move. We already locked in our profit for that trade. So we already locked in about, well, I locked in about close to 6,000 for that breakout entry. So unfortunately you did miss it. The entry happens at 6:30, Kimberly. So you're in here about 12 minutes late. So you missed the breakout entry. There might be some more scalps, but I mean, currently right now, there's just, I mean, there's nothing available aside from the snipe entry right here. If you're thinking about taking that, Nick, let me check this real quick. Yeah, possible snipe entry off the 10-minute right there. So we'll see where it goes from here. Let's see if there's anything else here. Yeah, this is the only entry here, the snipe, because right here on the 3-minute, this entry already passed. So this entry that happened here on the 3-minute, this already hit full TP right there. So there's no entries available here. What we need here on the 3-minute is we need a retracement down, somewhat of a retracement, and then we catch it as it swings back up. Same here on the 1-minute. We already have the retracement here. So what we need next is we need a bullish buy signal on this 1-minute here in order for us to take a buy for a 1-minute scalp. But that hasn't, I mean, obviously hasn't come yet. So let me just check this over here real quick. I'm gonna change some settings on my thing. Yeah, I gotta turn off my copier because I think they're gonna be refunding that soon. That's what I'm looking to do right now. So yeah, so there's just no entries available right now, guys. I mean, basically what you have to wait for is you would have to wait for this to provide a buy signal here on the 1-minute. On the 3-minute here, there's no entry, but there's that retracement that we were looking for. And then here on the 10-minute, like I mentioned, there's a snipe here, but it's not something that I would really want to mess with, you know, to be honest, because it's, I mean, it's just too risky of a trade. It's Friday. I'm not really looking for the bigger trades, mostly looking for the smaller scalps within. But just looking at this here, It's starting to shift down. Well, let's pull up the index over here. I think the index is still green, right? Yeah, the index is green for the most part, but it's starting to shift down. It was about 100 points above. Now it's only down to 83. So we'll just wait and see where it goes from there. All right, let's see. All right, looks solid for the most part. At this part here for the 3 minutes, since we do have that sell signal there, we'd be looking for a buy signal in order for us to hop into a buy scalp, which I mean, it'll probably happen because the fundamental side over here is still bullish overall. The bias here is still bullish. Reason for that is because the green stocks here outweigh the red stocks. So Goldman Sachs is up 3 points, Home Depot is up 2 points, McDonald's is up 2 points, Traveler is up 2 points, Walt Disney's almost up 2 points. And these pretty much cover all the red stocks right here. So with that said, that's going to indicate that the bias on the fundamental side is still bullish. So the technical side, it's just going through some sort of pullback right here. It'll probably correct back up eventually. So just keep that in mind if you guys are watching US 30. I'm waiting for an entry here. I don't even know if I'm going to enter any other trades because it is getting, it's Friday and it is getting later into the session. So, and we have news coming up at 7. So just keep that in mind, guys. There's a lot of different factors that are going into the market right now. The prelim UOM consumer sentiment is going to happen at 7 o'clock. That's medium news for the US market, which obviously, can affect things like US 30 here. And the thing with US 30 is the bias has changed. The bias isn't, it's not up 100 points anymore. It's now at 76. So the bias for the bullish side is not very strong. It needs to be above 100 points for it to be like a strong bullish bias on the fundamentals. I'm just watching my chart. I'm trying to get a good entry if possible, if I see anything, but I don't necessarily see anything, right now. It's just dropping pretty heavy right now. So here's the drop that we're looking for. What we need is that we need the opposite bullish signal in order for us to, obviously take the trade. Also, price needs to be above the pivots. So we'll see where it goes from here. We have about 40 seconds left on this 3-minute candle. The 1 minute over here, we're looking for the same thing. We need a bullish signal, but it needs to close above this area over here. If it doesn't close above this area, then there's no entry here on the 1 minute. So we'll see where it goes from here. All right. Goldie said, knew I should have taken that 3-minute sell. So looking here on the 3-minute, I don't know if I wouldn't have taken that one either, Goldie. I think that was a fake out because the fundamental side is still, you still wouldn't have hit TP because TP would have been down here. The fundamental side is still leading, right? So I think this is probably a fake out. They're trying to trap people who are following like when things move too fast, right? Because what happens with a lot of people is they see a big move down. Like for example, here we had the the bullish push up. And then when retail traders see like a big drop down like this, what happens is a lot of people FOMO in, right? They just try to hop in at the last minute and then it ends up reversing on them. So maybe it was a good thing you didn't enter that right there, Goldie, because the fundamental side is still, it's still pretty bullish. It's not very bullish, but it's still pretty bullish. It's up like 77 points. So I wouldn't necessarily go against the trend just yet. And this is a trade that I said I wasn't going to take. Obviously, this is why I wouldn't take it, because it's just bouncing around way too much. It hasn't really confirmed the direction. Plus, this entry candle right here was just a huge wick anyways. So it was a risky trade to take if anyone decided to take that trade. So it's not something that I personally would have taken to begin with. And I did mention that when we marked it up, which is why I didn't take it. So we're just watching this right here. This might reject off this pivot over here possibly, or it might even reject off the lower pivot. So it may reject off that pivot there. It might reject off this pivot, and then it'll probably just bounce back up. But we're not in that trade. We're looking for something here on the 3-minute. We're also looking for something here on the 1 minute. So there's nothing here yet on the 3-minute, nothing here on the 1 minute. We needed it to close above here in order for us to take that trade. Same with 3-minute here. we needed to close above here with buy signal in order for us to take that trade as well. So we're still watching to see where it goes, but these are normal market conditions for a Friday. This is why we usually don't take any more trades after the breakout. We just take that breakout and we're pretty much done for the day. In case something like this, market conditions happen. So looking at the 3 minute, there's still about 50 seconds left on this candle. Looks like it's starting to swing up now. But we need that confirmation before we can take the trade, obviously. Trying to see where the area would be for this. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for it. I'm not really gonna mess with any of these other trades because we don't know where it's gonna go. Obviously, I mean, I'm satisfied with my products for the day, so I'm not really trying to risk anything else. But just looking over here on the fundamental side, it's just bouncing around this area. It's bouncing between 50 and 100. So looking at the retail traders over here, retail traders are 52% short. So just looking at this point, I mean, it might come down, who knows? Because the thing is, it's not lopsided, right? When the sentiment is like 60% short or 60% long, that's where I'd be looking for a bias, because obviously you want to be the opposite of the retail traders. But just looking at the fundamental side over here, it's still bouncing around, right? I'm just updating this right here, and it just keeps bouncing back and forth. And looking at the 3 minute here, I mean, it's doing the same thing. It's still bouncing around that area. It's not enough for me to want to hop into a sell or a buy. I just need the confirmation before I can really enter anything right there. So there's a rejection off that pivot over there. It might swing all the way up from this point, but who knows? All right. Yeah, so I'm not in this trade. I'll just delete that, because sometimes people look at my chart and they'll think that I'm in the trade and they'll hop into it. I'm not in that trade. I'm just looking for a possible rejection off this point to push it up, and then we can probably take it here on the 3 minute, if not the the 1 minute here. 1 minute's probably not going to happen anytime soon, but the 3 minute has potential. All right, let me just scroll up real quick. Falcon said, "What's Ivan's gold K2 strategy for Asia session?" You probably want to ask Ivan, Falcon, because I don't. It's not my strategy. I'm not working on it at all because I don't trade gold. So if you want to ask Ivan directly, you can probably ask him. He can probably explain it to you because he has all the spreadsheets and the explanation as to like how it works. I'm not going to scalp gold with you guys because I don't scalp gold, Falcon. Falcon's asking, can we scalp gold one of these days? I mean, I'm already doing really well with US 30. There's no point in me trading gold, right? Because that entry comes the same time as US 30. So if I got to balance US 30 with gold, I'm going to stick with US 30, obviously. Like, I'm not going to go and learn something brand, or I know how to trade gold. It's just, I'm not going to go in and go off my main thing just to take like, a random trade, because they happen around the same time, Falcon. So if you do want to learn that strategy, just message Ivan in the premium and he'll explain it to you, or he'll send you his spreadsheets because he has the explanation there how to apply it. Yeah, Nick said, I'm not going to take it for a big move, just going to take it on the signal with a higher lot size for a few pips. No, that's definitely smart. Nick, if and when we do get it, we don't have it yet. Let's see, short scene said, I am short position for US 30, enter around 34,606. So let's see, short scene entered. Nice, yeah. So short scene entered around this area over here. So he got pretty decent entry off that point. Right there, he's in profit. Let's see. Yeah, about 400, 500 pips. So that's pretty solid right there. So yeah, Goldie, if you took that sell there, it looks like you would have hit TP at this point. Yeah, because you would have been at 25 if you're doing the 3 minute. So 25 points right there for 250 pips. Looks like that would have hit. Goldie said, wouldn't the 10 minute sell be the daily entry? Let me check real quick. Technically, yeah, this would be the daily entry right here, but I'm not going to take it because the thing with this is, yeah, this might be the daily entry, but the problem with it is that it's Friday, and then the thing is you don't want to hold on to a trade into the weekend. I mean, if you're funded on FTMO, you can't trade over the weekend anyways, US 30. So that's why I don't really take trades late into the session. I usually just take the breakout, and then I'm pretty much done for the day for the most part. So it's pretty solid for the most part here. Yeah, Goldie. But yeah, if you're applying the daily entry, if you guys are familiar with it, it's basically the first momentum signal after New York Stock Exchange open, which is 6:30. So this line right here signifies the open. Right here is the first signal for a sell. So if you were taking the daily entry, this would be the daily entry here. But I'm not going to take it because the market's going to close. So if you're going to take this trade, generally you would have to close out of this trade before market close, which would be right over here. And the problem with that is that once it hits 10 o'clock, market volatility starts to die down, or at 9 o'clock actually, because it's Friday. So around this area right here, this area 9 o'clock and 10, market volatility dies down. So the problem is if your trade is just consolidating, you're going to have to pull out because by the time it gets to this point, market's just dead. And then you have to literally close out of your trade before it gets to market close right here. And I've seen a lot of people where they try to take risky trades and then they hold it to like the very last minute. What happens is the market closes kind of early sometimes, like around 120 around here. So this is when it officially closes. But for FTMO, it closes around like 120 or 130, which would be like right here. So around this point, some people try to close late, and then they're not able to close their trade, and then they end up losing their FTMO account because they violate one of their requirements. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes it's not worth the risk, especially on a Friday. If you're funded, if you're doing a challenge, that's fine. You can hold it into the weekend. But if you're funded, there's no reason to risk it. Like for a couple $1,000 or a couple $100, you're going to risk losing your funded account because you want to get greedy. So just keep that in mind. If you guys are trading at all today, make sure to close your trade before noon my time, which would be somewhere around this area over here. David, they're not going to reset everyone's account. You have to ask them because they asked me for my logs. They asked me for my trading logs, and then my trading logs showed that there was a connection issue during that time. So that's why they confirmed it, and then they refunded that account. So you're going to have to actually reach out to them. They're not just going to refund everybody because not everyone was trading during that time. So, and not everyone had the same issue, right? A lot of people are trying to lie and say that they had the same connection issue, but actually did have a connection issue. That's why FTMO refunded those trades. Nice. Logic's up right here. Definitely. Logic's up about 1,000 for the day, or close to 1,000. He was up about 500 here and then about 200 here, but with the excess profits, about 700 to 800 for Logic right there. Nice work, Logic. Let's see. As Jeff said, he made some gas money. All right, cool. Yeah, so you guys look like you guys are doing pretty solid. Rick over here, he hesitated a bit. He locked in about 600 right there. So nice work, Rick. He got in late, but he still locked in some profits. So still great work on your end, Rick over there. Jeff says he screws up every Friday. Yeah, this is why you guys should be careful on Friday. If it's just too risky, you guys are better off just holding off. David, you can probably message them and see what they say. But I mean, me personally, I can't really say what they'll do for you because I'm not sure if you're funded. I don't think you're funded, right? I'm funded, and I've been with FTMO for like over a year. So they probably value funded traders a little bit. Funded traders who've been around longer, a little more than people who are on their challenges. So if you want to Yeah, I mean, if you want to reach out to them, you can, Dave, but I can't answer for them. You just have to go and reach out yourself to see what they're willing to do for you. Goldie's asking if we have a bearish bias on the technicals. Looking on the 10-minute, if this candle does close below here, which it looks like it's going to in the next 5 minutes, we will be shifting to a bearish bias. Not a strong bearish bias, but it's definitely going to be bearish bias because here on the 1 minute, it's bearish, 3 minutes bearish, and then here on the 10-minute as well, it's now closed below and it's bearish. The only downside to this is the trend meter is still green, so it hasn't shifted yet. But looking on the 3-minute bearish, 1 minute bearish, but you can see we're having some swing back up here, right? So I probably wouldn't enter just yet. But yeah, I mean, looking at your daily entry here, it's looking good. Everything else though, it's kind of, it's just a little iffy right now. Yeah, Dave. I mean, like I was mentioning, Dave, you got to go and reach out to them yourselves. Like you can ask me what I think. I really don't have an opinion because I don't have your logs in front of me. If your logs don't say that there was a connection issue, then you didn't have the issue. The issue is with people who, where it's documented. Because a lot of people are going to lie and they're going to say that they had a connection issue so that they can get a refund on that trade too. But they're not, they're not just going to give everybody a refund. Like that just would make no sense. If you're just doing it by word of mouth. Because if there was really an issue with your MT4, David, it would show in your logs, right? So yeah, I mean, what I recommend to you is just reach out to them yourselves. I can't really answer that for you. Kong's asking if I can analyze Euro USD. I'll pull up Euro USD for you guys since I'm not really trading right now. I think I'm done for the day. So I'm pretty satisfied with the outcome of today's breakout entry and the outcome of FTMO refunding my trade that I lost yesterday due to technical issues. So Rick said I'm going back to all my losses and sending him my logs. Yeah, I do that, Rick. Honestly, they might. If your logs say that you had a connection issue, they just might. So anyways, looking at Euro USD here for Kong, I'm going to zoom out from this point. Here's a naked chart. The first thing I'm going to do is identify market structure. In order to do that, I'm going to turn on the K²SR indicator right here. And there we go. We have our zones right there. So what I'm going to do is create my own zones over these zones here. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that stuff right there. There. And right there. All right, so after drawing the market structure right there, I'm gonna turn off the K²SR indicator and I'll zoom back out. You can see from here, we have some perfectly drawn structure, right? So we got structure indicating that Euro USD is basically ranging right now. If I delete this zone right here, this one, and this one, you can see it's just in a range, right? So this cleans up the mess right here, but I'll leave these zones up just for now so that we can look at it. So just looking at Euro USD right here, obviously you can see it's just ranging within this zone and this zone down here. I'm going to turn on the momentum indicator. Our bias right now is a sell bias, right? Reason for that sell bias is because we have a momentum sell right here and prices drop down. However, at this point right here, price can do one of two things. Price can either reject off this point or it can continue pushing farther lower, farther as it pushes down here. So just looking at this right here, I mean, price might even just consolidate within this area. You can see the last time it reached this area right here, it actually bounced up. So we got one right there, second rejection right here. That's what I'm saying. When price gets to this point over here, price can either shoot up like it did right here, or it can break below. If it breaks below and closes down here, then it's going to create new market structure. With that said, it might just continue dropping from here, right? So there's a couple different biases that you can look at here. So looking at this, our bias here is, our first bias is going to be a bearish bias. Reason for that's because we have a sell momentum signal right there. On top of that, we'll turn on the trend meter. The trend meter is also red. So we have another bias there indicating a bearish momentum. If you want to have another confluence, we'll enter the pivots. Price is below the pivots. So on the short-term time frame, we have a bearish bias here, right? All around, it just looks super bearish. The only problem here is that it's at a support. So with it being at a support, price can easily bounce off this thing right here. So what we'd be looking for is for price to break and close below here. If price ends up breaking and closing below this area, then for sure we can take a short position and pretty much just ride that down to there for about 30 pips or so. So that's basically what we're looking for here. We're looking for this confirmation for it to come down from this point. I wouldn't enter yet because last thing you want to do is enter a sell because you think it's going to come down, but price ends up rejecting off this support and then shoots all the way up like it did right here. So this is pretty much what I'm looking at over here, calling for your USD. It's going to be the weekend. So, I mean, there's really no entry for you to take at this point. I mean, there's two different scenarios for a buy or a sell, but I would wait for it to close below here. I don't think it's going to happen before market close because it's already 7. We have about 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 6 hours until market close. So I don't think that's enough time. Volatility's already died down. So I'm not really expecting all too that much for your USD over here. So that's it for your USD. Back to US 30 over here. I mean, right now we have a sell bias. Well, on the technical side, it's a sell bias. On the fundamental side, it's starting to shift down as well, but it's still in profit. I mean, it's still green right here, about 50 points, right? So it's not necessarily shifted yet. Once it shifts to the red, then that's when the bias starts changing on the fundamental side. But looking at this here, it's just pretty much dancing around the break-even point. However, Goldman Sachs is still up. McDonald's is up, Home Depot is up, Travelers is up, American Express is up. So this might swing up. I mean, we really don't know until we have that confirmation. So let's see. Kim's asking, how do you pull up your logs? So in order to pull up your logs, you go to your MetaTrader, you go to File, and then you go to Open Data folder. And then from there, it'll show you the dates for your logs. So you just pull up the logs for that specific date, which yesterday was the 10th. And that's how you can pull it up from there. And then you can just email that over to FTMO. Well, basically, you'll explain your situation. If they want to move forward, they'll ask you for the logs. But that's pretty much how you would find your logs, Kim. Just go to your MT4 platform, click on File, click on Open Data folder. And then from there, you'll have there'll be an option to look at your logs depending on how your computer is set up. But yeah, guys, I think that might be it for today. I don't see anything else for me to look at here. If you guys have questions, just put them in the chat. I can analyze anything for you. I can answer any questions that you guys have regarding trading, risk management, trade psychology, FTMO, anything like that. I can answer your questions, but I think for me personally, I think I'm done trading. It's 7 o'clock right now. I'm already happy with my profits for the day. You guys have seen them. I'm already up about 10,000 in total for both of my accounts. So I don't want to take one trade and then end up throwing away all my profits, right? So I'm up 5,725.49 cents on one account, the other account 5,285.49 cents. So I'm up 11,010 right now. There's no reason for me to keep trading, right? I don't want to throw away, like have one loss and then I end up losing 3,000 or something. And then this goes from me being in profit this much to being in profit that much, right? I basically throw away money. So I'm not looking to do that right now. So I'm more inclined on closing out of my trade. Calling it a day. But if you guys have any questions, I can answer your questions. I'm here to help you guys out. It's just, I don't want to be tempted to enter any other trades because I already know myself. If I sit on this chart with you guys all morning, I'm going to enter some trades and you guys already know that. So looking at the 1 minute right here, possible scalp off the 1 minute, but I'm not going to take it. Like I said, I'm done for the day. Looking at the fundamental side over here, it's starting to shift down to the red side. It's up only 25 points, probably within the next hour or so, it'll just turn red as the stocks are starting to dwindle down as we enter the weekend. So if you guys have questions, like I said, go ahead and put them in the chat, whether it be the Zoom or the YouTube, and I can answer your questions for you. No, Kimberly, I don't trade crypto. Eric's asking, don't know if you answered, what is the best time to trade on Asia session? I would say during Asia session, it'd be from open up until about 10 p.m. Pacific time. Once it reaches 10 p.m. Pacific time, price tends to reverse. So that's something to keep in mind, Eric. And then generally on London Open, there's usually some sort of breakout. So that's something to watch out for too. Like if you look here on US 30, so looking at US, or let's go over here. So looking at US 30 over here, you can see from yesterday, yesterday, Eric. So like looking at this right here, you can see from market open over here at about 1500 hours. You can see from this point, it sort of dropped a bit right here. And then once it reached 10, it starts to reverse, right? Sorry, I'm not good with military time, so I'm not really sure what. So 24, that's midnight. All right, so 20. So you can see within this area right here, you probably could have scalped some trades, but once it reaches 10, it starts to reverse in the opposite direction. So you just want to keep that in mind, or the best time to trade during Asia session would just not to be trading, just to not trade during Asia session, right? It's better not to trade during that time. If you want to trade during that time, you might be better off trading a different asset. I do trade Asia session sometimes because I know what I'm doing, but for someone who doesn't necessarily know what they're doing, like you're asking me a basic question, Eric, like what's the best time to trade during Asia session? Best time is not to trade during Asia session. If you do want to trade during Asia session, you can, but you have to know what you're doing. You have to know when to get out. You have to know what your TP stop loss should be. You should know what your risk should be during Asia session. For me, I know what I'm doing, so I can trade during those times. But if you like don't necessarily know what you're doing, you don't understand when the reversals happen, then I would recommend just practicing, but not necessarily trading live. Because obviously you can see right here, it was just ranging, right? During Asia session, the range here pretty much was from down here to up here. It was like a 500 pip move, not very much for you guys to make any moves, right? You would only have to go for like small little moves, like less than 100 pips, scalps. And obviously I know how to do that. So that's why I locked in these profits last night during Asia session. But not everyone can do that. So just keep that in mind, Eric, if you decide to trade during Asia session. I don't recommend it, but I mean, if you know what you're doing, you can do it. So let me scroll over real quick. Yeah, my time, Pacific time, Eric. Just keep that in mind. What I would recommend is if you want to study Asia session and see how it moves, just go back to every Asia session, right? And what I recommend doing is marking up from market open. So like, let's see, for example, right here, market open is right here at 1500, and then mark it up to about 2000 hours or whatever. You can see it's just ranging, right? So it's difficult for you to take any trades. That's why it's better for you to just not trade during Asia. But you can see it starts to shift once it hits midnight over here. So midnight London open over here, it just starts to shift the complete opposite. This is where volatility starts to pick up on London open. So you can play around with it, Eric, but I would recommend that you practice first before you actually trade during Asia session. Damn, huge drop right here. So Goldie, look at the daily entry for today. It's dropping down pretty heavy. Not sure if you ended up taking it. Yeah, Roman said locked in another 400 on the sell. Nice work, Roman. So a lot of you guys are still profiting, even though I'm not trading. This is because you guys understand how to do what we're doing here. But damn, it's dropping like crazy right here. Yeah, I kind of wish we took it now, right, Goldie? But that was a good identification that you made with the daily entry there, because obviously the daily entry is still controlling. It usually works for the most part. What I would recommend, guys, if you guys are in this trade, I would move your stop loss and profit, because technically it's about to hit TP1 right here already. Full move is going to be down here, obviously, but it's about to reach its TP1 shortly. Yeah, a lot of you guys took the trade. So EW over here, you made 556 off that sell. And then Nick said he took the sell off the 1 minute right there. So yeah, if you guys understand the strategy, you guys can take these trades on your own. Yeah, full TP off that. So nice work, Nick. You already hit your TP off that. And if you guys want to learn it, I just go on the website, k2trades.com, go to K2 strategy course right here. And then this is where you can learn the strategies and have access to these indicators here to take these trades yourself. So yeah, no, definitely nice work amongst everyone here. It looks like a lot of you guys made some profit. Roman made about 400. He's here in the Zoom. EW made 556. And then Nick took a sell off this 1 minute scalp right here as well. The main key is just to, if you guys are going to trade during this time, use proper risk and don't get greedy. You know, close out of trades when you can, and don't pray that it's going to go in your direction, because it is Friday. Markets are unforgiving on Friday, and I'm happy with my profits for the day, so I'm not going to go and risk it by taking anything. Nice. Yeah, Kyle took the sell. So the reason why you would take the sell right here, Kyle, is because on the 10 minute, we have a sell bias. It's indicating that, you know, our bias, our leading bias is going to be a sell. Here on the 3 minute, it's a sell as well, because price is below the pivots, the trend meter is red. And lastly, on the 1 minute right here, the reason why you would take the sell here is because you're applying the K2 pivot strategy. So basically, I'll just put it right here. This is the K2 US 30 1 minute pivot scalp strategy. So first you want to confirm a valid K2 momentum signal. 2A, you want to confirm price is breaking and closing past K2 SRs or K2 pivots 3 and 4. Or 2B, confirm price is below pivots for a sell or above for a buy. Then after that, you can enter on the open of the following candle. So looking at this right here, Kyle, price is above the pivot, or we have a momentum signal right there. So that's requirement number 1. Requirement number 2, you want to confirm price is breaking, closing past K2 pivots. It's not doing that. So we skip number 2A. We go down to 2B. 2B, confirm price is below pivots for a sell. Right here, price is below the pivots. So we have those 2 requirements met. Lastly, you can enter on the open of the following candle. You enter right here. Your TP stop loss for this is only 100 pips because it's on the 1 minute. It's a small little scalp. So having that set up right there, you let it run, and there you go, straight TP right there. So that's why you would have taken this if you were to take this trade here. So great profits among everyone here. There we go, Kong. So Kong's up about 500 bucks for the day. He's traded Euro USD. That's why he asked for the Euro USD analysis, which is perfectly fine. And then he also made some really nice profit off US 30 over here as well. He made about, that's his biggest profit right there, 176 off of US 30. And again, down here. Or how'd you take a loss on that, Kong? It was or you might have just exited at a wrong time, because everyone else made profit off that. Yeah, nice. So Kyle took it too. So Kyle took it and he hit that TP right there. So that's pretty much how this strategy works on the 1 minute. So yeah, if you guys have more profits you guys want to send over to me, just go ahead and send them over, and then we can take a look. So Logic over here, he's up about 1,000 for the day. Nice work, Logic. So he's up 500 off that trade right there, 123 off that trade right there, 273 off that trade right there. And then lastly, right here, he took a buy this morning with us for 373. So he just made 123 off that. He's up about 1,000 for the day. Nice work, Logic. Other than that, let's see, Kyle over here too. Nice. Looks like Kyle made a little small mistake right there. But he did lock in some nice profit off that. Let's see, we have a question for GBP NZD. So let me go over to GN real quick. All right, so here's GN. I was going to call this trade for you guys last night, but I don't know what happened. I think the candle ended up closing too far up above here, because I was looking to enter down here, but it ended up closing too high. So I'll just, it would have hit TP there. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this, and I'll just analyze it from scratch. So I'll pull out from here. Here's a naked chart. First thing I'm going to do is identify market structure. So I'm going to do that by turning on the K2SR indicator. And then you guys can see, if you guys have the indicators, this is how fast you guys can move and mark up charts efficiently. A lot of people waste a lot of time marking up zones, but if you guys have the K2 indicators, I mean, it literally does all the work for you. It marks up the zones, and then you just draw your zones over those zones. And if they overlap, you just create one big zone. Because I see people sometimes, they'll be drawing up zones for like almost an hour, and then they're like, oh, this doesn't look right. They'll just take it off, and then they just wasted a whole hour. For us here, we don't have to do that, right? Take out all the guesswork. So they're the zones right there for GN. Looking at current price over here, price is above the zone. So in order to get the higher zone, we need to go on the higher time frame. So we have nothing here on the 4 hour. I'll go on the 8 hour over here. There's actually a big zone right here. So it's actually within a big zoned area right there. I look for something higher as well. Right there. All right, so I wouldn't trade GN right now. A reason for that's because it's within a zone. So I don't know how to pronounce your name. Your name is like in Farsi, I think, or it's in, I mean, it's in a different language. But yeah, looking at GN right here, I wouldn't take the trade. We do have a bullish bias. If I turn on the momentum indicator, I can just tell because I created these indicators. So I know when momentum is swinging up or down. If I turn this on right here, what do you know? We have a bullish momentum, right? I already spotted that from just looking at the chart here because these are my indicators. So we have a bullish momentum right there. What I'd be looking for here, if you want to take a buy, is you would want price to close above this zone right here, but that's probably not going to happen by market close. So if it closes above there, then yeah, you can take this for a buy. Reason for that is because price has attempted to break this zone for a long time, right? You can see right here, look at how many times it's tried to break it, right? It's tried to break the zone 1, 2, 3, 4, and this would be the 5th attempt, right? So the thing is, if it hasn't broken this zone in I don't even know how long, let's see, this was back in March. If it hasn't broken the zone, odds are this is a strong zone. So you don't really want to take any trades here if you're like super close to this area. Price can do one of two things. Price can either break above it, and if it breaks above it, it'll continue back up, right? It'll just keep pushing up higher and higher. Vice versa, price can easily reverse from here and come straight back down. So just keep that in mind. I wouldn't recommend entering just to enter. You know, obviously you would need this confirmation for it to close above here in order for you to really want to take that trade. So yeah, I mean, that's it for GN right there. Let me go back to US 30 real quick. Yeah, US 30 is starting to drop heavily right now. So whoever here, I mean, you'll see what goes on from this point. Giselle's asking, what's Ivan's handle? Ivan doesn't really have a handle. His screen name is just it's a hyphen. So if you look in the group, or just ask in the group, just ask in the premium groups for Ivan, and then he'll probably respond to you, or I could tag him in there. But he doesn't necessarily have a handle. Yeah, because this is Ivan's, it's just the hyphen. So I mean, you can look through the group and find him if you can, but he I mean, I don't know what he doesn't really have an actual handle where you can message him. Or I don't know, maybe let me see if I do this. No, he doesn't even come up. See, so just ask in the group, Giselle, and then he could message you, but he doesn't have a handle that I can post because I can't even tag him in here because he doesn't have his name posted on there. It's just a hyphen. Oh, there you go. So Ivan's right there. If you go in the premium, Giselle, he's right here. He just messaged in the premium chat. So thanks, Ivan, for that. He's a little incognito, so I can't tag him in anything. All right, so let's see. Yeah, no problem, Giselle. Kyle said that Kyle got to change his name. And let me see. Kim said made 822 on the sell. Hopefully I can get them to reverse yesterday for me. Then I can retry my challenge. Yeah, no, definitely, Kim. You can try that. Send them an email. It's support@ftmo.com, and they can probably look into your account. Colin said, yes, I panicked and closed. I just need to build more confidence on my trade. I just got funded and scared to blow my account. No, that's smart, Colin. You got to be careful with your account once you get funded, because it's easy to pass the challenge. It's easy to get funded, but it's hard to stay funded. So, it's all based off your consistency. Short Scene said, what about Anonymous and Elon because of Bitcoin? Now at this point, I'm out of the US 30 trade. Honestly, I don't know. Short Scene, it's like, that's all speculation. I don't really mess with cryptos at all because I don't understand it completely. I don't understand it like I understand US 30. And the thing is, US 30 is going to keep, we're doing pretty well with US 30. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing with US 30. And if I ever need to move to something else, then, obviously I will. But right now, US 30 has been a blessing to us for the past, I don't know, 2-3 years now. Nice work, Falcon. So Falcon said, thanks a lot, Shawn. Verification stage for 200K account. The last 2 weeks have been fire. Yeah, no, definitely. It's been pretty on point with all of our wins here, Falcon. I don't think I've had any losses since, or any real losses since yesterday. And yesterday wasn't even a real loss. It was a technical issue. And FTMO is fixing that. So yeah, no, definitely. Big congrats to you, Falcon. Yeah, he said he just needs his trading days left. So what you can do now, Falcon, is just take penny lots. So take a 0.01, just open close every day to pass the trading days. And then on the weekend, you can do it for Bitcoin. So you can just open close trades for Bitcoin to pass your trading days on FTMO. Roman's asking, videos would you recommend? Webinar, perhaps, where you really dial down on the US scalping? The link is usually posted in the group, Roman. So let me see if I can find it here. I've sent it to a couple people. Here, I could just search it up right here, refresh. Here, I'll look it up on over here real quick, and I'll just tag you in it, Roman, because I know you just joined recently. So here, I'll just tag you in it. There you go, Roman. So just go to the Premium Trade Talk, and I tagged you in the actual video where I really dial down on these scalp strategies so that you can, you can master everything that we've been doing. Yeah, no problem. So here's Ivan. He's posted up his spreadsheets and stuff for his gold strategy. You can see his win rate here. He has an 80% win rate for the scalps. And then as it goes higher, it kind of decreases a bit. So I think it's better to be scalping it on the 3-minute rather than on the higher time frame. Kyle, so let's see. Kyle's up about 100. He said exited too fast on the breakout. It's all good. You probably got scared when it spiked around. But yeah, no, definitely nice profit off that. Kyle, you locked in 442. So congrats to you, bro. Nice work. Let's see if there's anything else over here. All right, nice. So Josh is up about 1,600 for the day. So I'll just pull this up over here. Yeah, Josh is up 1,596 or 98. So just round that up to 1,600 for Josh. Javier over here, he's up 2,758. So nice work, Javier. Yeah, bro, great profit off that, man. Did good. He said, yeah, take that 10-minute sell scalp, close it before TP. So yeah, nice work, Javier. You guys can see everyone's profits here. If you guys, yeah, just looking at this here, you can see the timestamp for today. These are everyone's profits. Javier locked in about 2,758. Josh is up 1,600. Kyle's up about 500 for the day. Roland's up about 800 for the day. I'll just round them up. Logic's up about 1,000 right here. Rick's up about 600. Logic, his account prior to that, was up about 700. Jade up 5,522. Will up 25 euros right there. Miles up 865. We'll round that up to 1,000. Angela up about 200 right here. Fernando up about 2,620. Josh up about 755. This is Joshua, different Josh. Vincent up about 138 for GCAD. And then myself, I'm up about 10,000 between my two accounts right here. I'm up 5,725 and then 5,285. So I'm up about 11,000 among both of my accounts. So everyone's doing pretty good. I mean, there's no one here is doing bad. Everyone's having a pretty great week. So, and I'm getting refunded that loss from yesterday. So thankfully, Everything is coming full circle. So looking at this over here, let's see, Short Team's asking, is FTMO allowed Bitcoin to trade on the weekends? Never try to trade on the weekends. Yeah, Short Team, they allow you to. So you can do that if you want over the weekend. I personally don't do it, but I mean, you can. Goldie said, off to pick up my son. Good luck, guys. Definitely. See you later, Goldie. Eric said, does there is a special broker for crypto, or we still use FTMO? I mean, it's up to you, Eric. You can do whatever you want. Whether you want, whether you want to trade on your personal account or whether you want to trade on FTMO, I mean, it's really up to you how you want to do it. Yeah, because the spread is normally big over the weekend. So, I mean, that's another reason why I don't trade it, because spread gets manipulated sometimes for not just Bitcoin, but for all cryptos in general. So, I mean, it's up to you, Eric. I don't trade crypto, so I'm not the person to ask, what you should trade crypto on. But if you want to trade on FTMO, I've seen a lot of people do really well. Like Ivartius, let me see. Or I'll just look over here. So Ivartius, he trades cryptos on all the time and he makes a ton of profit. So, I mean, I don't think he has ever had an issue, right? So here's Ivartius. He made about 30,000 last week with Bitcoin and gold. So he just basically bought Bitcoin and held on to it, made a ton of profit off there. So, I mean, it's possible on FTMO. I'm not sure what Vartis is using, but I mean, he's pretty consistent. If you ever see him in the premium group, he's usually trading cryptos over the weekend. I think he's the main guy in K2 who usually trades it. So Vartis again here last week, he traded Bitcoin and XRP. He was up about like 3,000. So, I mean, if you want to reach out to him or pop into the chat, you can ask him, but he probably has better answers for you because I don't trade it myself. So I can't really give you my, my opinion on how it works over the weekend. Yeah, Roman said, I'm just going to master US 30 like you. It doesn't even make sense to trade anything else. Yeah, no, I agree. That's why I mainly trade US 30. I still trade the Forex pairs that I call for you guys, but I'm not like actively trading it. I just set and forget those trades. All right, guys. So it's 7:31 right now. I think I'm done with trading for the day. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out. I just have a lot of back office work to do for K2. I have a ton of emails to get through from last week that I still haven't gotten to. And then I also have to get our results ready for this this week as well. Short Scene's asking if I have a personal Instagram account. Yeah, I do. Short Scene. You can see it on the K2 Instagram account. I'm like tagged in all the photos. You just go to the tag photos and you'll see there. But yeah, okay, I think that's it for now. Peter said I have an OnlyFans too. Yeah, so I think that's it for now, guys. Hopefully you guys locked in a lot of profit. If you guys want to send me more profits, go ahead and send them over to me and then I'll add them over to the list. But I mean, overall, everyone's done pretty amazing today. So we're pretty solid for the day. We're pretty solid for the week. Thankfully, the technical issues from yesterday were resolved and FTMO will be refunding me that one loss that I had. And it's been like the first loss in like months. So, yeah, I mean, other than that, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out. Damn, Javier, he's over here taking more trades. So he locked in another 3,833. He said that signal cheated on me, but it hit. So, and nice work, Javier. He just sent me more profits right here. He's up 3,833 for the day. Yeah, it looks like a lot of you guys took this 1 minute scalp over here as well. So great work amongst everyone here. Hopefully you guys locked in a lot of profit this week, but I think I'm done for the week because I'm not going to risk taking any more trades before market close. So other than that, go ahead and reach out to me on Telegram if you guys have any other questions, but otherwise I will see you guys in the chat until market closes today. So thanks for showing up, guys. Have a great weekend. Be safe. If you guys have any questions, reach out. But what I would recommend is if you guys made enough profit today, I would just relax, enjoy your weekend, take an early weekend, and then come back next week for more profits. So other than that, I think that's it for this session. And I will see you guys in the chat. So have a great morning, guys. Great weekend. Be safe. And I'll see you guys here on Sunday, if not Sunday,